Alright guys, let's talk about LimeWire for the first time on this channel. Now I want to go ahead and say I don't have any LimeWire personally. I have used LimeWire about 20 to 25 years ago, back when I was in university, guys. It was something like Napster. I do believe this came out after Napster got kind of shut down. And anyways, I guess they're kind of staying afloat and trying to, use crypto as something like stock, we can say, guys. And anyways, they do have a website. It's limewire.com, guys. I just want to go ahead and say you can check out this website for yourself. Do your homework. Go here. They have things about their products. They have some tools here. They have about LimeWire, so you can read about it, guys. LimeWire is back. So yeah, it helped millions of users in the 2000s discover their favorite music, like I said, guys. And relaunched in 2022. It's a file sharing platform. So anyways, we do need to jump into the technical analysis here. Now, I'm not going to talk any more about, the history of this, but yeah, we do have a trend line here that this has been trying to break basically since the beginning of February. Now, a lot of cryptos did break this trend line, but some of them have fallen back under. But this has never really broken the trend line. So this one is struggling a little bit more than the others, guys. And this has hit this trend line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times basically since February, 3rd? And it almost hit it today. I mean, that's pretty close, guys. But yeah, it's still struggling to get through it. Now, yesterday, if we zoom in even more, you can see that this didn't break through the 8.182 cents mark. Got rejected just below it, guys, but today it did get through that weekly resistance, so that is one good thing today. But it does need to get above about 10 cents. If it were to climb to 10 cents, basically it would break this trend line that's basically holding it down. And yeah, let's see what happens. I don't know why it's pumping, guys. I did check out their X today, and I scrolled through a little bit. There's not much here. I don't know if this is kind of what's pumping it, because it's talking about every minute on LimeWire since May. 350 files shared. I don't know, maybe this shows that people are using it or what, but there's really not anything on X that would pump this, so much. So I'm not sure. If you know what's going on, guys, if there's something that I'm just missing, let me know in the comments. I would like to hear what you have to say about it. Now, taking a look at the volume, guys, you can see that we are well below the point of control here where this red line is. That's about 18.5 cents basically. Now, we are pretty much right in the middle of the second largest candle here. Once we get above, let's say 23.5 cents, the volume drastically goes down. You can see it over here just barely, guys. But this is the main volume, basically between about 23 cents down to about even like 4 or 5 cents. So there's been a lot of trading down here. It's only briefly broke this back in November, December 2024. And yeah, came right back down, guys. So unfortunately, this is where LimeWire finds itself. But, I don't think that means it's a bad project. But yeah, it does have a lot of work to do when it comes to breaking this volume, guys. Now, taking a look at the other volume here, you can see there is some massive candles in the last 3 days, guys. So yeah, like I said, I went back on the Twitter here, or X we can call it, and on the 24th there is this post here, and it talks about the roadmap. So I don't know if that's what really sparked this. I guess they're on the right track. But here is another post as well. And yeah, it talks about, its top AI projects by social activity. It looks like it's in about the top 10 or so. And yeah, what else? They have good morning, and that's about it, guys. I don't see anything else that would really pump the price here on the 24th, except maybe they, say that the roadmap is on track. But yeah, I mean, there is a lot of volume basically since then. I mean, look how, this candle right here, that's a lot of volume. when it comes to LimeWire, but these 3 candles have doubled and even tripled that. Looking at the weekly Bollinger Bands, guys, for LimeWire, you can see how wide this is. This is super wide, but it does narrow out in about November of 2024. But this is probably the most narrow it's ever been. Now, if we zoom in, look how narrow this is. I do believe this is about to get a pop. Now, you can see this blue line is coming down, and it looks like this is starting to turn a little bit to the upside. So, guys, I think this is going to pinch in on a weekly time frame, and you're going to see this really, really pop, probably to the upside. I think this is already the start of it. Now, let's look at the daily time frame and see if we see anything. It is starting to widen a little bit, but it's fairly consistent with the thickness, I would say, so far. It looks nothing like the weekly time frame where it does look like it's pinching, though. Now, looking at the RSI and the stochastic, guys, on the weekly time frame, this is actually pointed pretty heavily to the upside on both, so that looks good to me right there. Now, the daily time frame, getting a little bit overheated here on the stochastic, and probably about to turn down, it looks like. The RSI still can run up a little bit more, but it's pointed pretty heavily to the upside, so kind of a mixed signal there. 4-hour time frame just getting a little bit overheated on the stochastic. The RSI is overheated, and I guess it's probably about to turn back down. Now, the 1-hour time frame also overheated, guys. So yeah, if we look at the 15-minute just for kind of fun here, because it's a really low time frame. Actually, it looks like it might want to start turning back to the upside, but it is starting to turn back down. So, you know, maybe it's kind of indecisive right now. May do something like a little bit of sideways action, kind of like over here. But yeah, maybe it'll turn back up. But this is overheated here on the RSI. So guys, I would say, you know, if we're looking at, you know, the lower term time frames other than the weekly, basically this is probably going to cool down. Now, if we're looking at this on the 15-minute time frame, it does look like it's trying to make a run up here. Now, I do believe if it does make a run, a little bit more of a run, it's going to run into this trend line. So basically, let's put this on a 4-hour time frame. Yeah, I think probably the steam would run out at about 10 cents because that's kind of a psychological area as well, guys, because it's another, you know, digit basically. You know, we're dealing with single digits in pennies, and then we're going to have to deal with double digits. So I think a lot of people are going to wait for this, you know, pullback. Could very well come up here to 10 cents and hit maybe 1 or 2 days, or maybe just, you know, maybe a few 4-hour candles before it really breaks this. Now, looking at LimeWire and the tokenomics, guys, it is the number 874 coin, so it's in the top, you know, 900. We can say 875, really, top 1,000. That's not too bad, guys. Now, it does have a max supply of 1 billion, so that's pretty low. Circulating supply is only 345 million, so again, not that bad. Total supply has, you know, pretty much double what's circulating, almost, but the trading volume is actually very low, although it has those very large, you know, candlesticks that we saw earlier, so that's kind of odd, but I guess it just doesn't trade that much at all anyways. But the all-time low was about 4 days ago. Wow, if you picked it up 4 days ago, guys, excellent buy. I wish I would have seen it. And all-time high, you know, $1.79. Now it's about a 95% discount at the moment. And you know, like I said on this channel, guys, do I think it's probably going to make it back to its all-time high when it's this far down at this point? Probably not. But you know, if I would have to guess, you know, LimeWire, I think it could be a good project. Maybe it makes it back up to about $1.50, but you know, things are really wild in crypto, guys. Anything can happen. This is just my guess, so don't get angry. You know, I want everybody to do well, and I think LimeWire is a good project. So, yeah, but when it's 95% down, and it's not, you know, like other cryptos that are pretty good, that are like 70, 75% down, maybe 65. Okay, those are probably going to make it back for sure. But yeah, when you see 95% still, it kind of worries me a little bit. Now, before I go a little farther in this video, guys, I do want to say you can check out some of the crypto exchanges below that I have partnerships with. And I do have partnerships with Bybit, Bitget, MEXC, BingX, Bitrue, BTSE, BitUnix, WeX, Blowfin, BTCC. And guys, if you want to try Moodix for a free 7-day trial, you can get it here. And also, you can follow me on X, guys, and this is how you can follow me. Now, looking at Bitcoin, guys, you can see it basically retested 107,249 here, and it went down pretty deep and got a nice little bounce. It is about, let's see, about $40 above this line right here at 107,758 at the moment. Let's see if it can hold it. If it does, that's excellent. Now, there's a few resistances more above us, but basically, these are all daily resistances, these in orange, so those aren't that strong. Now, the strongest one here is 109, basically 109 flat, as you see it here. Now, like I said, it's not going to be an easy task to break back into this flag pattern, guys. And you can see the last 3 days, this has gotten a rejection. And even today, it went a little bit higher. So this is actually a good sign because yesterday it had a smaller wick than the day before. So it was looking a little bit more bearish, but this is actually a good sign. So I think the more we hit this, flag on the downside here, the weaker this is going to be. And let's see what tomorrow brings. I don't think we're going to break into this tonight, even though it's only about $12 or $13 away. I just don't think there's anything to really propel us tonight anymore. Now, looking at the dominance, guys, you can see this is pretty much the highest it's been this cycle, so sitting about 65.83. So not good for altcoin holders, unfortunately, and every time we start getting, a pullback, we just get another run to the upside. So unfortunately, this is the way it is this cycle, guys. You just have to really be patient. Now, the USDT dominance is still going down, so people are spending their money now, so that's actually pretty good. The dollar is falling too, guys. It lost the 97.6 support, and the next support for it is 96.7. So yeah, a weaker dollar means a stronger Bitcoin, and the dominance, going up for Bitcoin. Now, the altcoin season index, this is a 16. I think it was like a 12 or a 14 right before I refreshed this about 30 minutes ago. I forgot what it was, but still, this is very low, guys. Now, the liquidation heat map, it's only about 214 million that have been wrecked in the last 24 hours. Pretty much equal on both sides, so that's pretty tame. The fear and greed is a 74 right now. Yesterday was a 66, so we still have about 3 hours and 17 minutes to go before this refreshes. But that is that's a big move to the upside. That's 8 points. I don't like to see us move up that fast, guys, because when we do, we can always expect some, surprise or some downfall. Now, the bull market peak indicators is 1 for 30, and that is this Bitcoin dominance because it's above 65. So, yeah, I just don't think this is a great indicator, in my opinion, but it is one of the indicators, unfortunately. However, the Pi Cycle Top indicator, in my opinion, is the best one, and this green line just looks like it wants to continue to the upside, while the orange, yeah, it's coming up, but it's going to take a while for this green maybe to turn back down, and these lines need to cross. Now, tomorrow there is a lot of economic news. We have PCE, we have personal spending, we got Michigan numbers, guys. We also have FOMC member Williams speaking, so it's going to be a big day tomorrow. Atlanta Fed GDP now Q2 as well, so keep that in mind. Now, today the sentiment was actually pretty positive. It's still risk on, and the trend is growing, guys. And yeah, this is actually still looking good. Now, the FedWatch tool shows a little bit more to not getting a cut at all. So this was, I think, about 22-23% yesterday. So it has gone down a little bit, unfortunately. The inflation has gone up a little bit too, according to Trueflation. Now, the crypto bubbles here, not looking too good, but the last hour looks a lot better, guys. Now, if you want to stake your LimeWire, pretty much the only place is CoinW, guys. You get 3% there. But anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with friends, and like I said, check out some of those exchange partnerships, guys. And thank you for supporting the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.